Hello, love. Welcome home to Eden. This is Eve Christoph, your Love Life Muse. Stick with me for the hottest news and subscribe to this channel to get somewhere new. So I heard this story that really made me scared for women and my girlfriends, because I realized the ignorance in our community, the way men think about women's pleasure is, even with the hippie guys who you think would be so earthy, crunchy, and enlightened about women's issues. So my girlfriend tells me about this scene where with her boyfriend where she's just multi-orgasmic, right? And it's really great. Like, you would think that her boyfriend would be like, ah, God, so proud of himself for pleasuring her that much. But instead what happens is he gets jealous of her pleasure. Yeah, he starts saying, "You're having too many orgasms. I want to get as many as you. You have to make me come as many times as I make you have an orgasm." She's like, "Well, if I do that, then it's all over with. Then we don't get to do anything." He's like, "One for one. You have one, I have one." And so he wants her to stop having her pleasure so that he can be equal with her. It was just such incredible entitled selfishness, and it was so clear that he doesn't understand anything about the gift of man and woman. Then he starts saying to her, he's like, "You've already had too much pleasure anyway," and she's like, "Well, look, honey, I'd be happy to give you an orgasm like any way you want, orally or with my hands, but right now I'm actually sore. We've been going for too long, and I'm really uncomfortable." So he's like, "That shouldn't matter. You've had so much pleasure. It shouldn't matter if it hurts." And she's like, "That's like rape. And the violence in this, the hatred of woman, the entitlement, the misunderstanding that the gift of man being with woman in a sexual way is to pleasure her as much as possible. Now that's just the way we're made, okay? You can't be jealous over the fact that women can be multi-orgasmic. If we're not, then you're probably doing something wrong. You probably have a lot to learn, okay? Or learn about her. Maybe you've been very successful with other women, but so now this is the ironic thing. So he's complaining that he isn't coming enough, right? Well, but the ironic, because he wants to be as orgasmic as she is. But the ironic thing is that men who withhold their ejaculation, who really learn how to do that, they become multi-orgasmic in a whole new way. It's not about coming, squirting. It's about their orgasms start to move through their whole body, up and down their spine, and they don't even have to come or lose all that energy or life force, or they don't have to lose connection with the woman, because they have learned how to channel the energy through their whole body. And you too have the ability to be multi-orgasmic, but not by coming. It's actually the opposite, and it takes a lot of practice to be able to do that. Oh, isn't that such a bizarre story? Like, it just felt so painful for her. Like, she loved this guy, like she was so thankful for how he could pleasure her, but for him to become entitled and jealous and no, don't do that. Just let it be okay that men and women are different, and our roles are different, and our gifts are different, and that's just the way it is. Oh gosh. Okay, much love, darling. Love life, but pleasure the women all the way. Come on, let that be your magic. All right. Love life.